I had briefly gone over microphones. So today I want to give an example. I used The Little Mermaid, Part of Your World, in one of the discussions, and I actually sang it without reverb. And today, besides, I just used this microphone. And today I have my live mic. This is a live mic. There's a live microphone in there. Okay, there's the live mic. And I've placed a mic shield. The pop shield is more in studio purposes, but this shield, I kind of like the way it sounds. It doesn't bring out too much of the echo when you're singing it. So I placed it on here with my stand. Okay, so you got a chance to see that. And I have my speaker here, which is, I don't know if you guys can see it. Move. I have my speaker here. There's my speaker. There's the speaker. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this. So I'm going to put the speaker on. Okay, wait, let's do it without. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl that... So this is the Disney book. This is a great Disney book. I'm going to put the link down here if you guys are interested. It's also Hal Leonard. We were allowed to use these at Guitar Center. Bach to Rock had their own particular books, and we were not allowed to use those kind of things or Disney in our particular music classes over there, probably because of the copyright concerning infringement, but you can definitely learn them. I think it's okay to learn them. So originally this song, as I mentioned before, starts off in F major. G major is the new version. Okay. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Okay, now we're gonna put this on. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl that has everything? You can hear the difference, right? You can hear the difference, right? Okay, so now we're going to sing it in G, just briefly. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl that has everything? Now we're going to put reverb on. Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl that has everything? Okay, in many, I just turned it off. In many occasions, you'd probably have the microphone closer, but I'm playing the piano, so I don't want to have too much craziness going on. It's generally a morning class for my students, but my students will not be here for the summer, which is fine. So I'll be using this time to continue with videos of music. So talking about reverb, you can definitely hear the sound, and I'm bringing this up because when you start recording music and you're ready to not just put the vocals down on tracks in the music software or DAW, as we were talking about, and once you start recording it in the DAWs, depending on whatever DAW you're trying to use, you could use Ableton, you can use Logic Pro X, you can use GarageBand, you can use Pro Tools. Pro Tools is a very popular one, especially in Sony production companies, probably because you can do the video editing and the sound editing together on Pro Tools. So that's why Pro Tools becomes like this big thing, because you can do video and audio editing on that. And I think a lot of people misunderstand that the reverb. So let's put reverb on really loud. Let's see what the difference is. Okay, so this is generally, let's lower the reverb over here. You can't hear it right now, right? Not much of a reverb. Hello? Ooh, that's pretty heavy. I can hear once you start hearing the act that's too loud. You might have to put the microphone it's too much. You can't hear what's going on. And then it echoes. So you want to make sure that there's like a balance when you're doing reverb, especially if you're doing like live. And that's one of the reasons why I have it a little bit farther away, because I do have a speaker here. It's a Roland speaker. It's just one stereo speaker, which is great. I don't think they make these ones anymore, but you can hear the difference. You can definitely hear. So I wanted to just bring this up because I just want people to know that in studios you can hear the difference. I don't want to be too close to it because the microphone actually picks it up. And I have this here because it holds the sound in a little bit. Yeah. And this is generally my setup if I do a live. This is how I make sure it's done properly. I don't like using large speakers when I do live performances. When I've done them in the past, I generally just carry a small little thing and then portable, and then a portable keyboard. Yeah, I might have to eventually start doing lives on YouTube, which I'll start doing, and then I can start asking more questions for everybody, or about, or with, or for everybody, and see if I can help as much as I can through that process. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about, I first have this mic. This is the one I use all the time, and this is a live mic. This is a RE50B. This is not for recording. Recording mics, we'll start talking about recording mics later. I think I'm going to just post one track for now on Spotify. And then maybe once I start putting the vocals on, create a vocal day for the video. And then I can have you guys follow along with what I'm doing in the vocal parts, and kind of developing that. And I definitely use reverb for my tracks. And usually when you're recording, the instrument should be much lower than the voice, and the voice should be the center point of the recording and the track. You guys have seen me put down the piano part first, and then I would generally put the melody down, because in some cases I have to tune myself. And in order for me to tune myself, I need to have the melody on the computer, and then I'd start recording with the melody in the background. If you need to take it out eventually, you can take it out. Make sure to have a headset on once you're recording in a studio format. We will talk about that later. That will be the next step. And as you can see in the videos, I'm trying to do step by step through visions and projects of what needs to happen as you go along before you start recording and when you start recording. So what I'll do is I'll talk about the voice next. This is the next step into production. So I will put my voice down, and like and subscribe, guys. If you have any messages, ask me the questions down below. I'd love to hear you guys. I'd love to start a conversation. I'm waiting for you guys to talk to me about composition, and where you are in composing your own music, and ideas of what you have in your mind as to where you'd like to take it. So, it's great to hear everybody ask me questions about me, but I'd like to know more about you. So if you don't mind sending me some information of your musical background and where you are in your journey in music, that would be wonderful. And I'd like to hear more about your personal experiences in music. And I'll speak to you guys soon. Have a good one. Oh, and happy Father's Day. Hope all the fathers, and fathers don't just have to be the men. There are women out there who are also playing the role as dads in kids' lives. So single parents, that's a good example. And yeah, never judge a book by its cover. That's the key. And have a wonderful Father's Day.